Hi everyone, hope you are well and safe. Welcome to another training session that I'm putting together today for the stock screener of TradingView. Now, if you have seen my trading videos, and many times I get asked over Twitter whether I use a stock screener or not in order to choose the stocks that I will be trading. And I've said in the past that I do not depend so much on stock screeners because I tend to select a number of stocks that I keep on trading constantly. And the reason for that is because once you get to know the chart of a certain ticker, you can just simply rinse and repeat, especially if you're day trading. I'm not talking about long term holds, which you basically look at the monthly or the weekly charts and see how things are going. I'm talking predominantly about day trades and swing trades. So those are more short term and you focus more on profitability and quick profitability to be more precise. So, having said that, I have been intrigued by the stock screener. I've seen many stock screeners, to be honest, and I must admit, this one from TradingView is one of the best stock screeners you can actually have. And a lot of the stock screeners, you're paying a lot of money for them. The good part is, as part of your membership with TradingView, you are actually getting that stock screeners as part of the package. So that's definitely a bonus, and it definitely costs way less than what you're paying for other stock screeners that are on the market. So, for that reason, I'm going to dedicate the session to the stock screener from TradingView, which has helped me. Let's just put it this way: as of recently, my final buy this Friday was based on the stock screener, which is for the stock Green Vision Acquisition Corp, or a ticker GRNV, which I basically saw right here at the bottom. Okay, so I saw the retrace basically, and then applied the Fibonacci retracement, which is something that I've taught you in a previous training video more extensively. And I've actually done two videos: one explaining what is Fibonacci retracement and how to draw this, and then how the second video was playing the Fibonacci retracement, or buying the Fibonacci retracement and selling the stochastic RSI, which was the training video before this one. So when I saw that it was actually at the 0.786 Fibonacci level, I went ahead and bought GRNV in after hours. And luckily, it actually bounced off right away. And I made, as I mentioned on Twitter, a couple of grands doing nothing. So I bought it roughly around 1160, and it closed at 12, what is it, 1249. So there you go. And you know the rule: once it reaches to this level, which is the lowest level possible, fingers crossed, it bounces back up. Now, what gave me more confidence is what I taught you folks in other video reviews, and the video reviews that I do on a continuous basis, is I look at the daily chart and look at this, very solid. Let's look at the weekly chart. It's attempting reversal right there. Let's look at the monthly chart. Very bullish. There you go. So it gave me a lot of confidence that this was a good buy at these prices, even if it increased 59% on Friday. It actually went from let's see, on Friday it went from $8 all the way up to $25.30. And basically, I believe they merged with another company. So this is a healthy retracement that we have here, and now it's bouncing back. So the point that I'm trying to make, I wouldn't have known about GRNV without the stock screener. So having said that, let's delve further into the stock screener and explain to you what it is all about. So when you're looking at your TradingView platform, there's something on the lower left side of your chart. It's called a stock screener. And in order to open it, you just need to click on it. And there you go. It provides you with all the stock screener. Of course, you can take it back up. I'll just expand it upwards in order to explain to you everything, and then I will shrink it down and in order to put some practice. So here we go. So the stock screener, as you can see right here, first of all, there is a refresh right here. I set it to 10 seconds. You can click on the dots on the right hand side, and then you have either a manual refresh, which will allow you to refresh the list on your own, or ask TradingView to refresh it every 10 seconds, or refresh every minute. So it will give you a new list every minute. Now, maybe it's an overkill for some every 10 seconds, and they like to do it every minute, and some people might even want to do the refresh manually. That's really up to you. I just prefer 10 seconds because it gives me up-to-date information as the trading market is happening, and it also does not impact any of the chart functionality, so why not? So that's the first option. Now there is a way to also set up the column. So for instance, there are many options that could show up right here. I prefer to keep them to change percentage, last price, the rating, which is set by TradingView, whether it's a buy or a strong buy or a strong sell or neutral, and the sector that I am focusing that the company is part of, and the volume on the sticker. There is also the 1 month high, 1 month low, and so many of the lists that you can actually choose from. And in order to add any of this, you can see they have an extensive list right here. Now, I'll just show you, for example, if you want to see the 1 month high, for example, on the list, all you need to click is this, and then it will show you the 1 month high. Now, the way to remove it is just to click on that, and boom, it's gone. So as I mentioned, I prefer to keep it to change percentage, last, rating, sector, and volume. That's all I need to know. Whether you need, if you want to know the number of employees, you can add that to the list as well by choosing it from the column setup. Now, what else? You have several ways of viewing the list right here. You can click on overview, which is there you go, the extensive list right here. Okay, or you can click on performance, and it gives you other metrics for 1 minute change, 1 month change, 5 months change, 1 minute change, 5 minute change, 15 minute change, 1 hour change, 4 hour change, and so forth. It gives you all the changes. Extended hours. There you go. What are the changes in the pre-market and post-market? And then you have other options right here, like for example, if you want to look at the valuation, it gives you all the information right here. If you want to look at the margins, again, it provides you all this information and so forth. I personally stick to overview, and let's look at this, and I click on overview right here from the list, and provides me all the information once again. So now let's focus again. See, it actually gave me the default settings. So let me give you an example of how to change that. You go to the menu. I don't care about basic EPS. Change percentage, yes. I don't want the change. I know the change percentages will give me an indication. Last, market capitalization, number of employees, I don't care. Pricing to rating, I want that, sector, and a volume. So back to what we were at previously. So there you go. Okay. So now a couple of important information right here. So if you come to this menu right here, it gives you a default settings for the screener. So you might be looking for a golden cross. Okay, so you can actually choose golden cross right here. You have unsaved changes in your current screen. Would you like to save them? Then you can, for example, you click let's say no for now. Okay, and it gives you all these tickers that are approaching a golden cross or have been there right now. Most capitalized. Okay, it gives you another list right here. Top gainers for the day. It gives you the list of all the top gainers for the day. Okay, and of course you can see the number of matches right here. For example, 3,797 companies. Now, what else? Top losers. That's what I look for, because as I mentioned in the past, I look for companies that have been beaten down heavily, and then focus on the bounce back. So buy the fib retracement, sell the stochastic RSI. So I choose the top losers, and then I look at the chart and determine whether it is at the right place to buy the stock or not. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you miss it by a little bit, and if you miss it by a lot, it becomes a decision as to whether you want to leave the stock or average down until the next bounce back. But at least gives me a good indication of how beaten down the stock is. Now there are options for if you want stocks, whether they're all-time high, all-time low, high dividend, new 52 weeks, and oversold, for instance. If we click on oversold, there you go, gives you a complete list of those are oversold. But let's go back and focus on the top losers. So the top losers, it gives you the complete list right here, and it also gives you the top losers for the past hour. Okay, so obviously we're in the weekend, nothing has changed, but you can also choose whether you want the top losers in the last minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, all the way to 1 month. So if we want, for example, the top losers for the last week, it will give you another list right here. See, minus 64%. Which is Catapult Holdings Incorporated and so forth. Okay, now I personally prefer the 1 hour, since when you're trading live you want to see the ones that have been beaten down in the past hour. As I mentioned, I don't look at the minutes charts because that's confusing, and not only confusing, it could provide you with false signals. So the longer time frame you look at, the more stable the stock is, or the stronger the pattern that you're looking at. So let's keep it at 1 hour. Top losers. Now, if you want to get into more details and you have specific requirements, then you can click on filters. Now you can see I have 4 filters already set. Now you can click on filters once again if you want more, and you'll notice right here you have the whole list of various metrics that we're looking at. Now, instead of looking at the whole list, you have they also give you the option to focus on either descriptive, fundamental, or technical. Descriptive, fundamental, or technical are all part of the all list. So let's take this one by one. If we look at descriptive, we'll notice that the first option is, for example, symbols stock. Whether you want it from common, sorry, there you go. You can make it any, you can click on any, and for example, you want every and all the stocks, and notice now we have, let's move this on the side so you can see we have 4,053 companies, okay, matching the stock now. But I personally don't want any, I want only common stock. For instance, you might be interested in ETFs as well. So notice it fell from 4,000 to 2,229. Now, if you choose ETF as well as common stocks, it jumps to 3,144. But again, I'm focused on common stock only. But you can actually choose any of the list right here: a trust fund, a mutual fund, and a depository receipt, or whatever. So those are the. I'm going to show you the main ones that I focus on. Now the last also can be chosen. So that's another requirement. Now the country that it's trading from, for example, any country, or you can focus only on the US market. And if you want the US market, you just need to click the United States right here, US companies, and that's it. Now the volume on the ticker. So for example, if you want it to trade between only 100 million stocks per day, or in the past hour, of course, because we're focusing on hour right now. So you can choose, for example, 100 million right here. Or sorry, I need to actually use the button. So let's see. Right now it's between. Now we have 2,225. Let's see if we want to change it to 2 million. Look at the matches. But only 18 matches right there. Of course, 500K. Then we have 136 matches. I will keep it under 50K as well, so as to capture everything. Now, the average volume for the past 30 days, you can also determine what metric you want to keep it at. Average volume for 90 days, and so forth. Now, the other thing that is important is right here, which exchanges you're looking at. Now, we have New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and we have the OTC right here. Now, since we're trading everything, of course, we want the OTC to be checked as well. So we click on OTC and notice the number bumped to 2,321. Okay. Now there are, if you're interested only in a specific sector like healthcare, what have you, then you can actually choose health sciences, health technology, or whatever you're interested in, utilities. But I'll keep it at anything and everything. And then the industry, whether it's aerospace, beverages, coal, also you can determine that. So look how specific there is. The market capitalization, how much is the company actually worth on the stock exchange. You can also determine that. Again, if you say 300 million and more, notice how it went down from 3,000 to 2,600. Of course, I keep it to the bare minimum and to the maximum. Average volume in 10 days, back to the average volume in 60 days, and so forth. You also have relative volume high. It's an extensive list. How much post-market high, if it's below a certain value, or below or equal or above, you can determine that on your own. Now, that's the descriptive. Now, if you want to move to the fundamentals, that's also more focused on the company's operations. For example, price to earning ratio. If you want it below or above a certain value, below or equal, above or equal, outside equal, it is very descriptive. Price to book, price to sales, the goodwill. It's so many metrics. It really, if you're focused on dividends per share, if you're interested in a certain dividend of $2 or what have you, you can determine that. Recent earnings dates. So you can also focus on today or yesterday or what have you. It is unbelievable how many metrics. And then if you want to go technical, which is obviously something that we're very interested in, there's this change percentage. For example, right now we're catching the top losers under 0%. So basically it catches everything from 0 all the way to minus 100%. If we're only focused, for example, on stickers with 30% or lower. Okay, below, sorry, there you go. Right now, if we put 0, there's 2,321. If it is below -20, there you go. Two tickers have showed up. If it is below 10%, 3 matches. Okay, and so forth. 0. There you go. Let's see. Change below 10. We have 4,966 and so forth. So you get the point right here. I would actually use the default settings of the top losers and what have you. Now, if you're interested in the change in 5 minutes, percentage-wise, change in 1 hour, change in 1 week, and change in 1 month, and so forth, you can also set this. All you need to do is click and say below or equal, above or equal, and so forth. I don't recommend that you actually, I only recommend that you use either below or above, or below or equal, or above or equal. Personally, I don't use these between outside, equal or not equal. That really depends on you though. Now, there's gap percentage. If there's a certain gap, you can also determine that and explain the value and indicate the value right here. The weekly performance, volatility, new 52-week high. Do you want to capture all of those as well? So if you click on that, notice 62 matches drop down. If you remove it, back to 2,321. You can also define in terms of exponential moving average 5. It needs to be below a certain value for exponential moving average, or higher than a certain value. MACD signal, Bollinger lower band, and so forth. So you'll notice all the technical stuff are available here. Even the Ishimoku analysis, stochastic RSI. Indicator, stochastic RSI, the one that we use. If we want it below a certain stochastic RSI or higher, remember the stochastic RSI. If we close this for 2 seconds and we shrink the chart, stochastic RSI runs from 0 all the way to 100. So if we want it below a 20, for instance, we'll indicate indicate that in the filter. Let's go down right here and let's move this to the side, and then technical. And if we go all the way to right there, where is it? Stochastic RSI below, let's say 20. Notice the number. 954 matches. Now it changed. So you can get really specific. I don't care about this right here, but I mean, it really provides you with an extensive amount of information. So once again, I personally focus on making sure that it's common stock below 0%, from all exchanges right here, between 2 and 10,000. And that's pretty much it. Those are my 4 settings, and then I close it down, and there you go. I have all my stocks right here. Okay, so now the next step is, after I actually look at things, or after I filter what I want. So we have 2,321. I look at the rating. Okay, so there are ones with strong sell, buy, and or sell or strong buy. I focus more obviously on the buy. Okay, so if you want to filter on the buys, you can click on the rating column, click again because it's showing me the sells on top, and there you go. gives me the very first are the strong buys and what have you. Okay, but then you need to look at the volume. So you have 9,000 right here, volume times 10, so it's decent. We're talking about $9 million worth of volume, so it's quite decent. You can eliminate those with low volumes, for example, right away. So I personally just keep it to where is it, the change, okay, and then go through the list as they come out. Okay, so top losers, yes, oh no, cancel, sorry, and there you go, top losers. And this is how it appeared to me right away. So let me just go to the filters, make sure. Yeah, it keeps on, there you go. Of course, in order to avoid the need to do this, you can actually save your list. There you go. So you can also, by the way, if you want to download the list to a CSV file, all you need to do is come to this button right here, and then you can have a chance to export screener data to a CSV file. All you need to do is click on it right there, and boom, it gives you the file right away. But we're not interested in that right now. So on Friday, when I actually was looking at my screener, the second one basically that showed up was this one right here, GRNV, and right away I looked at the chart. So let's close Stock Screener right now. So right away I looked at the chart and I saw the retracement. So what I did is right away I drew the Fibonacci retracement to see whether this was actually nearing the bottom or of 0.786 Fibonacci level or not. And when I drew it, I found it like almost getting there. And that's when I got really interested, and that's where I stepped in. So basically without the screener, I wouldn't have known about GRNV or anything, and I wouldn't have found this either, the opportunity. Now, there are stocks that show up in the screener, but they're not perfect. Okay, so for example, CVV right there. Okay, so it is hovering around 0.618. I drew the Fibonacci retracement as well. So potentially it could be a good buy. However, I'm not comfortable seeing it because if you look at the stochastic RSI, it is currently deep inside the oversold area, and the MACD is not fully recovered, or hasn't shown me the pinkish histograms yet. So I did a pass. However, on this one, you can definitely tell that it's curling up. It's curling upwards, and the MACD, they're small dark red histograms, which mean that it is attempting to reverse. Notice the shape of the line. I always tell you, look at the shape. Notice that it hasn't gone down straight down. It is curling upwards. So it's an indication that it's trying to recover, which was a good call. Then I skip all the cells and then buy right here. So in order to determine whether TradingView is right or wrong, I look at the chart right here and determine whether it's a buy or not. Again, you have the full list. You just need to look at the ones that the chart of each of the buys or strong buys or the strong sell, whatever you want, and determine whether they're getting it right or wrong in terms of analysis, and then choose which stock you will trade accordingly. So once again, listen, there are many stock screeners out there. You can use whichever you want, but I personally, since I use TradingView, and I know a lot of you do, and if you don't, then I strongly recommend it for you, because it really helps you analyze stocks in a great fashion. You can tell from my past video reviews that I've been pretty much nailing it in terms of what the stock will be doing over the next day or two. Of course, we're going to have a miss here and there, but as long as you're getting things accurate 80 to 90% of the time, then that's a great success. And that's what you should be aiming for. And TradingView allows you to do that. And there's Stock Screener, which comes as part of the package. You don't have to pay anything extra. For example, $100 per month or $150 per month. You have all the tools as part of the package that you already paid for. So why not use it and make the best out of it? So, and leverage their ratings. And by the way, their ratings, when you look at the stocks right here, if you're interested in the rating, you go down to the bottom, and then there's the technicals. You click on more technicals, and it tells you over the day, strong buy, strong buy. There you go. Over a week, strong buy. Over a month, strong buy. Over an hour, buy. And it tells you how many people actually classified that from the financial experts or what have you. Now look at 30 minutes. Again, it's a buy. 15 minutes, it was a sell. So everything is provided here as well. Technical analysis summary, Green Vision Acquisition Corp. And you only have that for stocks on the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange. Unfortunately, in OTC, they don't provide this level of detail, but of course, with the tools that I've taught you, you should be able to find out that on your own. So hopefully this has been very helpful for you folks. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment or ask them as they come. The whole purpose of this, once again, is to make you more familiar with the stock screener that is provided by TradingView. And once again, if you're a member and you have a subscription to their services, might as well use all the tools that they're providing you, because they are providing excellent tools that we need to leverage in order to become more successful as we trade on the stock market. And one last thing right here, you can tell from the markets, you can actually choose which markets you want to focus on from this list. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Hope you found value watching this video training. And once again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I wish you all the best, and you will have all the video reviews for this weekend's tickers sometime tomorrow. Have a great night. Take care.